I don't appreciate being lied to, and that's what's been happening. I've been being lied to by the entire world, really. Government, corporations, big tech, the people on the TV, on social media, just being lied to, just flat out lied to and gaslit on a regular basis. Lied to about the face diapers, lied to about the amount of distance for social distancing that is needed, being lied to by government officials that claim they have the authority to tell you that you must wear a face covering, that you must socially distance, you must stay home, stay in your house. Well, that's just not true. And no matter how many times these people say these mandates and guidelines and everything else, it does not make them legally binding. It does not mean that we have to adhere to them. And so therefore, based on the founding documents of the United States of America's Constitution and Article 21 of the United Nations Universal Human Rights Declaration, the public is only giving government its right to govern with consent. Meaning that if I or the people do not consent to being governed, well, the government no longer has the moral, legal, ethical right to govern. And so therefore, based on the highest law of the land, I am hereby revoking my consent. I do not consent to anything that you put on paper. The only rules that I will adhere to from here on out is the non-aggression principle. I expect to be left alone, just like the other millions and millions of people all over the world that have revoked their consent. And any politician, government agent, law enforcement, military, anybody else, health officials, people appointed to various officials or titles, given badges, whatever it might be, you do not have my consent. Period. And that's the end of the story. I'm not playing the mask game. I'm not playing the, hey, shut down, lock down, stay home. I'm not playing any of it. So I would appreciate, based on the highest law of the land, being left alone. And I don't care how many lies you tell me. I don't care, what magical, dangerous, invisible enemies that we're proposed with. I don't care. I revoke my consent. And so do millions of other people all over the world. I will not be taking your shots. I will not be following your guidelines. And, frankly, nobody is buying the lies at this point anyways. You can gaslight, you can put out all the propaganda that you want, but nobody's buying it anymore. People are not buying it. Millions and millions of people all over the world have finally figured things out, and the jig is up. The jig is up, and therefore, my consent to being governed is now and forever revoked. And I would suggest that everybody else that is feeling the same exact way should also revoke their consent. And any of the tyrants and psychopaths out there that believe that they somehow have the right to arbitrarily mandate that I'm not allowed to leave my house or all of the various other things that you're trying to tyrannically force onto people, we've got another thing coming. And there will be peaceful resistance, and people are not putting up with it anymore. So, if you are one of these officials or a member of the enforcement class, it's probably time that you pick a side. Do you wish to serve the evil people that are currently in charge of starving out millions and millions of people and crushing the lives and livelihoods of people all over the world? Or do you want to stand for freedom and justice and be on the right side of history? Because you get a choice. You get to make a decision for yourself and for your family and those around you. You get to make a choice. Do you want to be remembered as the modern day SS, just following orders? Or do you want to be remembered as the moral, honorable, courageous, just human being that stood with humanity against the tyrants? That's a decision that you're going to have to make for yourself. But I personally know which side of history that I'm on, and I am on the right side of history. And I will not stop fighting Those around me will not stop fighting. And it doesn't matter what you guys do to us. It doesn't matter how much violence you try to employ on us. It doesn't matter how much financial tyranny. It doesn't matter what you do to us. Humanity won't stop. And good will win. Evil will be defeated. And so those of you that are just itching to further subjugate humanity, it's probably time that you reconsider your actions and take a look at what you're doing, who you're doing it for, and why you're doing it. And dig really, really deep and really take a look in the mirror at what you're doing and what you're supporting. Because again, justice will prevail, truth will prevail, and humanity will move forward past you and your evil.